Good morning, good afternoon, and good evening, wherever you are on this beautiful planet Earth. Oh, we're in the new year, 2021, and it's been a very, very, very challenging and difficult year. And also very warming in certain ways. Most of us have had a lot of time in our homes and really seeing the seasons of nature and the changes every day and having more time to be quiet and silent, having more intimate moments with our families, even on the phone, with students, with loved ones. Today, I want to share an experience that I had the other day of wonder. And I'm hoping that you will take this and practice it and play with it to see how it affects you. Wonder and light, bringing wonder and light into our life as a mainstay, as something that we have as our best friend through the coming days and months. So I woke up in the morning and had this big experience of the word wonder, and it impacted me, and I went, wonder. That is my guide for the day. And so I found myself like a mantra. I wonder what I'd like to eat this morning. That's not unusual to say. And then I wonder why I'm in this room, why I walked in here. And now in the last pandemic time, I would walk into a room, as many of you might know in your own lives, and get frustrated or I don't know why I'm here. I've forgotten why I came in. I can't find this. I'm looking for that. I can't remember why I'm here. And a frustration would build, an irritation would build, or let's say I was doing laundry and cooking something or reading and or picking up the house, straightening things up, and still walking from here to there with the clothes. I'm walking from here to there with the trash. I'm walking from and getting a little frustrated and irritated. But yet this day, when wonder came, I just opened to wonder. And I had the most delightful day I've had in a very long time. Everything came through the lens of wonder. And I wondered what I might eat and if I was hungry. And I wondered, how will it be to do laundry today? Oh, I wonder if I'll do it now or later. Oh, I wonder why I'm in this room. I'm going to open and just see what draws me. Oh, isn't that lovely? I wonder what's needed here. And every single moment, 99% of my day, through grace, I saw the world through wonder. And there wasn't a moment of irritability or irritation or drudgery or sadness or and any of the things that one can feel. I just saw through wonder, as if everything in my home and myself was a new discovery. And I don't know that I can accomplish it another time, but I have brought it forth each day. Sometimes I've added another word to it, like harmony or wonder and patience. And I have been then more patient. I've looked for harmony. Oh, I was being in harmony there. And somehow, maybe it's these special nights, the 12 nights of Christmas, the 12 days, maybe it's these special, special days that I'm living in right now, and we're all living in, whether we know it or not. But there's something that I've been given, and am now giving to you, that brings light and joy and wonder into almost every act I'm doing. I wonder if I'm hungry. I wonder if I want to wake up now. I wonder if I want water. Oh, I wonder everything. Nothing's too small. To wonder where it came from or why it is the way it is right now. I wonder if I'll draw today. I wonder why that tree over there has a deep maroon hue with almost turning into pinkness, and the other trees aren't. I wonder what kind of tree that is. It's something very special. And so there have been a few requests of my going into one of the gestures with more detail. And this is not the vertical gesture or the horizontal gesture. It's a completely different gesture that we just began to teach in the Embodied Life School. And it came to me 25 years ago through the work of Rudolf Steiner and Eurythmy. And so I've been working with it, and he gave it to his students for their health, for vitality. And I thought it was a great time to renew it and bring it toward the Embodied Life School and our practices. And I'm renaming it from the 7 L's to a life force field, creating a life force field with 7 gestures, using the image of a fountain and the earth and the space around. So it's working with the 7 chakras, which we don't do in the Embodied Life School, but we work with them. They're implicit in our work. So because we work with the root, we work with grounding over and over again as our very first go-to. And we practice it, we develop it, we build a relationship with it. And this is another aspect of that relationship. And we work with all the different chakras from different points of view, because we didn't want to go directly to chakras in the embodied life because there's so many different schools of thought about it. And, oh, well, that's not the one I learned. That's not the color that goes with that one. We just didn't want to go with upset anyone's point of view about the chakras. So we work with what we find inside them for ourselves. And I'm going to start with the largest gesture that we can do together and talk about it and enact it so that you could see it. I'll do it slowly. We'll work with the largest gesture, and then we'll go down and begin with the smallest gesture at the root chakra. They grow a little bit larger for the sacrum and the solar plexus, and then the heart, and then the larynx, and then the third eye, and then the large. But we'll start with the large because that lives in all of the smaller, the growing of the fountain, the life force fountain. So I'm going to stand now and enact and talk about the first largest gesture. Let's see if we can get all of this in here. So with the largest gesture, the 2 hands, we want to, of course, have that lightness. We want to always have that that sense of being drawn rather than making something happen, or, I'm taking this, I'm grasping it, and it's not muscular. It's a sense of imagining something drawing my hands out. It's very, very different internally. The muscle lengthens rather than contracts, or putting my hands out. There's a power and a will, and that is so great for living in the world. When we want to enter into presence, consciousness, and practice the spirit, we come from this being drawn, and yet, yes, I am acting. So it's more of a balance between the two. And so we start just with standing to really harmonize. And maybe this is our last gesture of that the sequence I'm going to show you. So let's start here with the left hand on the chest and the right hand covering it, which we've talked about many times in the YouTubes that I've done in the past. So we're breathing, we're settling in, we're going down, 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 down. And we're building our roots to the ground. We feel as we land, as we go through our body, we have our roots coming out of our legs so that we are like big old trees that are rooted deeply, that can go all the way to the center of the earth. And then a whole other set of roots that are 360 degrees. You've seen trees that have some root above and under and above, and they go out in a circle all around our feet, down into the earth. So you have the two deep roots, and then all of the roots going around deep and shallow, to keep us stable in all directions, as well as the deepest, which is the down of the vertical, which allows us to rise in our full length and beyond. So we're standing. And when we really get connected there, which you can do in your own practice, we begin to have this imagination that underneath this earth there is a reality. There's water, there's an aquifer. There's water, ponds, lakes, vessels, veins, all underneath the earth. And we'll start like this. And we feel the in-breath, the out-breath. And at some moment you take a breath and allow the hands to come up and go down and around. And when they come down to the ground, we're going to imagine, and our hands will look like this. They're going down, all the way down into the ground. That's the imagination. And then it's like we're digging through the earth like spiritual gardeners and dowsers. And we're then imagining that we're bringing up this fountain of water. So we're here, we breathe in, the fountain, the arms are being drawn down to the earth. We get all the way down, and we imagine that we're now below the hands or in the earth, or in the soil. And we find we find a water, a creek, a river, a lake. We begin to pull through the soil, pull that water up. So we've got two little pails here, but the water's in between the fingers, pulling it up along our axis, our spinal cord, along our midline, pulling it up, going down in the feet, up with the water. And when we get to the very top, the palms turn, and we have an imagination that that water is going 360 degrees. We're standing in the middle of a fountain, and I'm going slowly so I can really sense all in front of me, behind me, above me, below me. The water is going back, down, down, down into the earth. So at the bottom, the hands look like this. And at the very top, we get to the top. I have to scoot down. Oh, I can't do that. Let's see. Well, they look like this. They've come all the way up. They turn. They come like this. They turn. And then they go out. They come up. The backs of your hands, your palms start to face you. You can't see them, and then that's the. So let's do that together slowly. We do things slowly so we can be present with them, we can really sense them. So we're here, and it's I'm going the earth like a good gardener, and the water shooting up. And I start to turn and down all around me. I'm the center of this life force fountain. So that's the very beginning of this practice. And when we come back down, we begin very small at the root. So we come up. Let's see if I can change this a little bit so that you can see. There we go. So here I am. We've come up, and now I've brought it up, but I'm just at the root. So in the Embodied Life School and in many practices, we come to the root. I'm outside the body. I'm not touching the body. And I do the fountain around the root chakra, or what we should say in the Embodied Life School, we're bringing life force to the grounding forces, to the root of the physical body. We would normally just do this once. And then we'd come up to the second, the sacrum, the sacred bone, the ground of the golden ball, a source of perception, digestion, the womb of life force. We're bringing this vitality, this life force fountain around it. And then the solar plexus of the soul, where so much of our thoughts, where it all kind of lives, the things that are hidden, all the inner wisdom, Also places of digestion between the heart and the lower digestives. Taking in our thoughts and feelings and ideas and bringing them forth. And then the heart, the feeling center. Feeling center, the heart chakra. Behind the heart, in front of the heart, the vessel, the cave of the heart. The larynx, the speaking, the eustachian tubes, the speaking, listening, the larynx. Bringing vitality, positivity, life force to the sacred word. Then to the third eye, to wisdom of thought, the wisdom of thought. And then finally to the crown chakra, the place, the last place, this whole crown, the fontanelle when a baby is born. This crown chakra is the last place in the whole human body to close. And so when we come through the root, so the sacrum, solar, the heart, the larynx, the third eye, and the crown. When we come through the crown, we open to receiving all the wisdom of the cosmos that has been there since the beginning of time. Opening to the wisdom of the constellations, the virtues, the stars, the stories of the ancients, the planetary wisdom, the zodiac. Maybe they're living beings that we can call on in our life. So the entire exercise goes like this. Left hand, right hand. Breathing in. Breathing easily. And then we come back, we do 1, 2, 3 quick ones, and blessings. Enjoy. Any more questions, just write and ask. Much love for this new year.